Yeah, just talked with a spokesperson for the Snohomish County Sheriff's Office, and here's what we know. This was a case of shots fired, no reports of injuries that they're aware of at this time, but they say they are investigating, looking for suspects. I'm going to tell you how this started. First off, there was a football game tonight, started at 7 o'clock at Mariner High School. They were playing Kamiak High. It was just before 9 o'clock that there were reports coming in about some kind of fight happening in the parking lot between juveniles. So a school resource officer was called in, and as that officer was responding, there were reports of 5 to 6 shots fired. Now, the shots fired, it appears that happened along 4th Avenue, which is right next to the high school. 4th Avenue was shut down for some time so they could do some evidence collection, police could, and it's reopened now, but they tell us they have no suspects. There's no witness reports that have led them to suspects at this point. They did decide to evacuate the game just before 9 o'clock as a precaution. So everybody that was in that stadium had to get out and get out quickly. At this point, police are still working, the sheriff's office still working to try and get some more information about who possibly fired those shots. But again, the good news here, at least at this time, we're hearing of no injuries. Live in Snohomish County, Natalie Swaby, King 5 News.